Hello and welcome back to our Chronological Bible in Your Reading Plan. Today we're on day 167 and we have 1 Kings chapter 9 and 2 Chronicles chapter 8. So 1 Kings chapter 9, start us off. And it came to be when Shelomo had finished building the house of Yahuwah and the house of the sovereign, and all the desire of Shelomo which he was pleased to do, that Yahuwah appeared to Shelomo the second time, as he had appeared to him at Gabon. And Yahuwah said to him, I have heard your prayer and your supplication that you have made before me. I have kadosh this house, which means sanctified or set apart, this house which you have built to put my name there forever. And my eyes and my heart shall always be there. And you, if you walk before me as your father David walked, in integrity of heart and in uprightness, to do according to all that I have commanded you, if you guard my laws and my right rulings, then I shall establish the throne of your reign over Israel forever, as I promised David your father, saying, there is not to cease a man of yours on the throne of Israel. If you at all turn back, you or your sons, from following me, and do not guard my commands and my laws which I have put before you, but shall go and serve other mighty ones and bow yourselves to them, then I shall cut off Israel from the face of the land which I have given them, and send away from my presence this house which I have kadosh for my name. And Israel shall be a proverb and a mockery among all the peoples. In this house which has been exalted, everyone who passes by it shall be astonished, and hiss, and say, why has Yahuwah done thus to this land and to this house? Then they shall say, because they have forsaken Yahuwah their Elohim, who brought their fathers out of the land of Mitzrayim, which is Egypt, and they embraced other mighty ones and bowed themselves to them and served them. That is why Yahuwah has brought all this evil on them. And it came to be at the end of 20 years that Shelomo had built the two houses, the house of Yahuwah and the house of the sovereign. Excuse me. Hiram the sovereign of Zor had supplied Shelomo with cedar and cypress and gold, as much as he had desired. Then sovereign Shelomo gave Hiram 20 cities in the land of Galil. And Hiram came from Zor to see the cities which Shelomo had given him, but they were not right in his eyes. And he said, what are these cities you have given me, my brother? And he called them the land of Kabul, as they are to this day. And Hiram sent the sovereign 120 kikars of gold. And this is the purpose of the compulsory labor which sovereign Shelomo raised to build the house of Yahuwah, and his own house, and Millo, and the wall of Jerusalem, and Hatzor, and Megiddo, and Gezer. Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, had gone up and taken Gezer, and burned it with fire, and had slain the Canaanites who dwelt in the city, and had given it as a payment for the bride to his daughter, Shelomo's wife. And Shelomo built Gezer, and lower Beth Horon, and Baalath, or Baalath, that's how I should pronounce that, I would assume, and Tamar in the wilderness, in the land of Yehudah, and all the storage cities that Shelomo had, and cities for his chariots, and cities for his cavalry, and whatever Shelomo desired to build in Jerusalem, and in Lebanon, and in all the land of his rule. Excuse me. All the people who were left of the Amorites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, who were not of the children of Israel, their descendants, who were left in the land after them, whom the children of Israel had not been able to destroy completely, from these Shelomo raised compulsory labor, as it is to this day. Excuse me. But Shelomo did not make slaves of the children of Israel, because they were men of battle, and his servants, and his rulers, and his officers, and commanders of his chariots, and his cavalry. These were the chiefs of the officials who were over the work of Shelomo, 550 who ruled over the people who did the work. And the daughter of Pharaoh came up from the city of David to her house that he built for her. Then he built Millo. And 3 times a year Shelomo brought burnt offerings and peace offerings on the altar which he had built for Yahuwah, and he burned incense with that which was before Yahuwah, thus gave completeness to the house. And sovereign Shelomo built a fleet of ships at Etzon Geber, which is near Aloth, on the shore of the Sea of Reeds in the land of Edom. And Hiram sent his servants with the fleet, seamen who knew the sea, to work with the servants of Shelomo. And they went to Ophir, and took 420 kikars of gold from there, and brought it to sovereign Shelomo. And now we're going over to 2 Chronicles, chapter 8. 2 Chronicles, chapter 8. And it came to be at the end of 20 years that Shelomo had built the house of Yahuwah and his own house. As to the cities which Huram had given to Shelomo, Shelomo had built them, and he settled the children of Israel there. And Shelomo went to Hamath Zobah and seized it. And he built Tadmor in the wilderness, and all the storage cities which he built in Hamath. And he built Upper Beth Horon and Lower Beth Horon, cities of defense with walls, gates, and bars. Also Balath and all the storage cities that Shelomo had, and all the chariot cities, and the cities of the cavalry, and all that Shelomo desired to build in Jerusalem, and in Lebanon, and in all the land of his rule. All the people who were left are the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, Hivites, the Jebusites, who were not of Israel, their descendants who were left in the land after them, whom the children of Israel did not destroy. From these Shelomo raised compulsory labor, as it is to this day. And Shelomo did not make slaves of the children of Israel for his work, but they were men of battle, and chiefs of his officers, and commanders of his chariots and his cavalry. And these were the chiefs of the officials of sovereign Shelomo, 250, who ruled over the people. And Shelomo brought the daughter of Pharaoh up from the city of David to the house he had built for her. For he said, My wife does not dwell in the house of David, sovereign of Israel, for where the ark of Yahuwah has come is Kadesh, which means holy, or set apart. Then Shelomo offered burnt offerings to Yahuwah on the altar of Yahuwah, which he had built before the porch, even as the duty of every day required, offering according to the command of Moshe, for the Shabbathoth, and for the new moons, and for the appointed times 3 times a year, the festival of Matzoth, and the festival of Shabuoth, and the festival of Sukkoth. And according to the ruling of David his father, he appointed the divisions of the Kohanim, which are the priests, for their service, the Levites for their duties to praise and serve before the Kohanim, as the duty of each day required, and the gatekeepers by their divisions at each gate. For so was the command of David the man of Elohim. And they did not turn aside from the command of the sovereign to the Kohanim and Levites concerning any matter or concerning the treasuries. And all the work of Shelomo was prepared from the day of the foundation of the house of Yahuwah until it was completed. And the house of Yahuwah was perfected. Then Shelomo went to Etzon Geber and Aloth on the sea coast in the land of Edom. And Huram sent him ships by the hand of his servants, and servants who knew the sea. And they went with the servants of Shelomo to Ophir, and took 450 kikars of gold from there, and brought it to sovereign Shelomo. And that wraps up our reading today. As always, thank you for joining, and I hope you have been reading along, and peace and blessings and love to you. See you in the next one.